similar to the chickens I had at the
party.
tournament.
Excellent.
In fact, it was the other ones that made me think, yes.
It's not toilet roll.
No, but they feel nice. They're nice to hold.
Yes. It's good for like a, not a door's chopper, but if you make them bigger, they can become door's choppers.
Yeah, I've got a bigger one. Yeah, I've got a bigger one.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yes.
Right, let's start. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Goddess Mom, Ernie Crow. Welcome back to the Goddess Chats. Today I have another lady who is a goddess to me. If you don't know her already, you should be. This is Maggy Woodley from RedTedArt, one of the biggest art channel.
Wow,
I think it is, at least to me, my kids. My daughter loves the channel, has been following her a lot longer than I have. When I told my daughter, oh my god, guess who I've met? And she looked at the channel and went, oh, Mom, I know this lady. I've been following her for years. I'm like, I feel like a noob.
Good. She's got good taste.
She's got very good taste. Maggy, if you don't know already, does this amazing, kind of medium, short to medium length videos, all to do with artwork for generally 8 to 12 years old.
Yeah, I find lots of people enjoy it, but that's sort of from a capability point of view, that's where I think a lot of people really get the most out of my channel. But
of course,
if you have all age groups. So if you're younger, it's a really good channel to do stuff with your parents. If you're older, you just have to find the project that suits you. That's the difficulty with the age group, is that after 12-ish, your personal taste is really a part of what you watch. So if you're into Pokemon, you might like Pokemon videos, but you might not like.
There's something else that you put out, But all I can say is, it's a channel to find your inner child. I think all adults need to do art and craft once in a while to just kind of get back to their creativity, because I think it's so important to be creative for as long as you can, have your fingers still be dexterous. Yeah. Now, so I have a few questions as usual for Maggy, and then we're going to get her to share her secrets. So Maggy, tell me a little bit more for those who don't know you very well. Like, how did you get into becoming a YouTuber who does this amazing artwork? Like, what's your background? And tell me more.
Okay, well, it all started sort of online with the blogging world, so sort of a website based first. And I think like many craft, bloggers and YouTubers, it was kind of like a little bit of a hobby, and it was whilst the kids were a little young and something to do, and I've always enjoyed arts and crafts, So basically,
so you were not an art teacher to begin with?
No.
So no.
I've always enjoyed crafts as a child myself. That was one of my big hobbies as a child, and actually my brother has been saying to me for years, one day you will make money out of crafts.
Oh,
and I was like,
sweet brother. I love that.
It's like, how? I mean, making these is one thing, but selling them, how are you going to make a living from it? And now I am. Yeah. He was right. So it started off as a blog about 8 years ago. And then about 3 years ago, same time as my daughter starting school, so my youngest, it freed up a lot more time, and I could then concentrate on something like YouTube, because obviously with the videos and stuff, you need a little bit of peace and quiet. When there's children running around, as much as it's nice, it's also distracting. So
you want them to be near you, but they're not perfect for making YouTube videos.
Not when you want to do a tutorial. So it's different if you're doing lifestyle or
like
if you're vlogging with them.
Exactly.
And my kids are sometimes in my videos, especially in the holidays, they often join in. But generally, if you want to commit to bringing out lots of content on a regular basis, it's easier when they're at school.
Okay, so as you mentioned, she's not an art teacher. So what made you decide to kind of go with this? Art was your passion, really, wasn't it? And I've always been one, as a life coach, I always tell to people, if you really want to make money out of your passion, you got to work hard at it. And people think you cannot make money from your passion. Would you say
I totally disagree.
Right.
You're 100% right. But you're also right, you've touched on it, it is hard work.
It is.
As much as I enjoy it, I put a lot of hours in. I mean, even before you arrived, I was paper mashing.
We saw it.
Exactly. It was like right up to the minute that you knocked on the door. I was making sure that I was working on some level. And I saw a quote actually the other day, which I shared, I think, recently, from J.K. Rowling, who said something about, I did bring up my children, I did write a book, but you know what, I had a lousy and a messy house. Because you can't do everything. You can't do everything, and it's about finding the balance. And my kids like arts, I liked arts and crafts. So, they got a lot out of it, I got a lot out of it. Well, my house was a real mess.
Then again, they did say, right, a messy house sometimes are the most loveliest homes. Like, it's the warmth that you get.
Well, my mother-in-law likes to say it's lived in.
That's my house too. So how did you progress from like becoming a blogger to becoming the big YouTuber you are today? Like, how did you get that progression?
Well, firstly, I'm not big enough.
To me, you are. Come on. If you're not following her already, go. Get your kids and follow her. But I mean, for me, you are big. I mean, I look up to you as this, amazing woman. Like, oh my God, I'm in love with her channel. But like, how did you get there? Like, for those who are wondering.
I mean, it's really important that if you are starting out, it's really important that you don't compare yourself to someone like me, because it is literally 8 years of work in what I've been doing. So you've got to remember, I think you can do it quicker than 8 years. It's only that for me it was 8 years because that was my story and it was my progress, and I think everyone has their own way of progressing. But yes, I mean, it started off very gently. I used to maybe spend 2 hours a week.
Whoa, really?
That was all. It was.
How many videos did you put out in the very beginning?
Videos was, by then I was already in a work pattern, but with the blog, it started very small, and I just gradually built up. By the time I was doing YouTube, I was already kind of working 9 till 3.
So you see, so you really took this as a job. Yes. I mean, it was not like just a hobby. I'll do it as and when I feel like it. You had the mentality of, this
YouTube,
is a job.
Yes. At that point, I was already, and even now, I mean, my husband, I think, was a bit surprised when I was like, no, I can't do, empty the bins now. It's my work hours. 3:30, once the kids are home, I empty the bin.
And then you stop working. Oh my God,
and you have to, because otherwise, especially when you work from home, you have to, or for me anyway, other people are different, but for me, I have to keep that separate, because you go and say, I'll just hang the washing up, it'll be really quick. But no, half an hour later, an hour later, you're kind of emptying the dishwasher. Or
oh my God.
So
oh my God, I have that problem.
So I just don't do
that discipline, right?
No jobs. I work between 9 and 3:30. That does include obviously lunch break.
Yes.
And I go for walks because I think that's really important to
be
healthy
for
and
your
stuff.
creativity too.
But it's still part of that 3 to 3:30. i.e. whilst my kids are at school. And then with the YouTube channel specifically, as you asked, so obviously I already had that free time and I was already in a work ethos and I was already on a roll, if that makes sense. I then committed myself that I would do 2 videos a week and stuck to that. And then actually up to 3 a week. And I did 3 a week maybe for 18 months.
Wow. And what year was that when you started doing 3 videos a week?
So from YouTube point of view, I think I did a year of 2 a week. Then I did a year and a half of 3, and I've recently cut back to 2. Having said that, I still tend to put a lot of bonus videos out, but I don't commit to those. If that makes sense. The bonus videos tend to be things like, if I've got, so what I really like on my YouTube channel is I've got a little series I call Craft Basics.
Craft Basics.
Craft Basics. In fact, I should have a paper mache version of just Craft Basics. And for example, on that one, I've got one little video that's 2 minutes and it shows you how to do a blanket stitch.
Oh, okay. Right? So like very simple little skills or techniques.
So it doesn't mean that every time I do a sewing project, I have to show how to do a blanket stitch. I can show it briefly and then say, if you need a slow version, here's the crafts basic list. So that would be a bonus video.
Okay.
Because it would be unfair for people waiting for the next craft to only get a blanket stitch.
Okay. So I mean, like, look at this. This is the things that Maggy makes. Look at that. I mean, it's perfect for.
I'm amazing.
She's also a juggler. Show off. So I mean, things like this are what Maggy teaches in her tutorials. Look at that. I mean, come on. This is something. But
I'm actually about 5 years old.
I mean, this is something a mum like me would definitely want to make with our child, because this involves, like, this is made with stitches, like, on the sewing machine.
And or hand stitching.
Or you can get your child to then finish off the last bits, right?
And it might look complicated, but you're just sewing, you're effectively sewing a rectangle. So they're all straight lines, so they're actually really easy. So it's for a child, even though it looks like a little bit more involved, it's just straight lines.
I don't know, don't you think, I mean, for me it's very important as a mum to spend time with my daughters, giving her valuable skills as a woman to a woman. And I find that sewing projects actually does, I mean, I guess it's the same with the son. You don't want to be sexist.
My son sews as well. So my daughter loves it, whilst he enjoys it. So there is a difference. I mean, you just have to accept it. And if your son enjoys sewing, brilliant.
Yes.
And some sons will. And some won't be interested.
My husband is still very proud today that he has done knitting with his grandmother, and he has sewn. I mean, I still have like what you call them, oven mittens. He's sewn them himself when he was like 8 or 10.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And he's like, I made that with my mom, and that you know, it was like what do you call them? Oh yeah.
Also, because then people can see my lovely cushion.
Look, YouTube. So yeah, so it's something that I think your child can be really proud of.
Yeah.
You know, I guess something like this, right? If you make it bigger, I was just telling Maggie, this could be a door stopper. Imagine making this when you are, say, 10 years old with your child, and then when you go to uni or when they have their own home, imagine that when they look at that, I go, I made that with my mom when I was 10.
And I have got a doorstop version, and I made it out of an old pair of jeans as well. So
oh,
you can
good. I can link that in the video later. So
there's a fun way of also the children recycling, or if you've got an old t-shirt that you loved or something.
Yes.
So it's a really nice way of using up fabrics like that. And
that's for the memories.
An extra memory.
Oh, I like that. I'm a big
double memory. Double memory. One, because you made it and you're proud of it. And the other, because it used to be a favourite pair of trousers or t-shirt or whatever. So yeah, it's fun.
Oh, like the old blanket maybe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we come to the part. You've got to know Maggie a little bit more. Actually, I've got a lot more questions for her, but then, you know, you might get bored watching, you know, us nattering away like, you know, like there's no tomorrow. So, Maggie, 3 tips that you would like to share with the viewers, yours and mine, that you are really keen to pass on to the younger generation. About anything, about your YouTube, your journey, your passion. I want you to share something about your passion, and your passion, of course, is arts and creativity.
I think well, I can think 2 straight away. The third one I have to think about. The first one is you got to believe in yourself, right? And you have to. I see this especially with art, and especially around children who don't get much time to do art at home or at school because they're really busy and there's lots going on, and
homework.
Totally understand that life is busy. Is that they sometimes have to go at something and it didn't work out the first time, and then they're really disappointed. And it's like, you know what, you've still learnt loads doing it, and even if it didn't work out the way you enjoyed it, it's just to have another go and have another go. And I do get a lot of kids who say, oh, yours is so good and it's so perfect. And it's like, well, I am 40 and I love arts and crafts, and I've been doing it since I've been your age, sort of thing. And if you keep trying and you keep practicing, you will become really good. But you need to believe in yourself that you can be really good. Exactly, and it is something that if you do it regularly, you will get better. And so you have to also accept that there's a journey. So it might not be brilliant the first time in your eyes, because it's probably still really lovely. And that you just allow yourself to make mistakes and kind of move forward. And then linked to that is the thing that you need to also work really hard. So whatever you
dedication.
Do. Yes, dedication. And I get people saying, oh, you know, how can I get my channel as big as yours? And then I can have a look check out their channel, and it's nice. But they're posting like once every month or sometimes it's twice. Exactly. And again, you just have to do it all the time. You know, you have to work really hard. And as you will reward it for your hard work, but you really have to put the time in. And it doesn't happen overnight. It is hard work, and it can be frustrating. And you know, like I was saying at the beginning, my channel's not big enough, so I'm frustrated, and yet you think,
I know. For me, looking out from looking out to in.
And I'm
I guess, I mean, when you say with dedication is because you're constantly working hard. Your goalpost keeps changing all the time.
That too as well.
You cannot just rest on your laurels.
No, absolutely. And that's one thing, especially if you're working on something like social media. But to be honest, I think these days it applies to everything. You just have to, you can never rest on your laurels. Even if you've succeeded or you think you've succeeded, brilliant. But then you have to, I don't know, either re-promote it, or like if you've written a book, you know, you've done all the hard work, so you think, oh, I can relax now. Actually, no, you then need to promote the book, right?
I know.
And you are actually, speaking of which, because you have written the book.
I know. I am still talking about it all the time, and I'm so embarrassed having to do it all the time. But okay,
I sort it out this time for you. Find out the book things below.
So, but what's your third? Anything about YouTubing or about just live in general?
So this is one that I'm passionate about, and it's actually how we re-met, because we have met before. Is collaboration and supporting each other. So again,
I'm all about that.
It's really big, and I think you know, it's not about how big someone is or how small someone is or how good someone is or how bad. Actually, you know what, we've all got something to offer, and we've all got something to support each other.
I'm feeling a bit teary now. I mean, that's so important.
No, but a lot of my growth has come from working with other people, and not always people who are bigger than me, because it's not about that. It's not about finding someone with a huge channel and saying, give me a shout out. It's really not about that. It's just about consistently doing stuff with other people, and then the algorithms pick it up. You obviously learning from each other.
Yeah.
You're supporting each other in different ways. You know, there's loads of ways that you can all benefit from. You know, actually a lot of people I've worked with tend to be smaller now.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm not benefiting.
Yeah, because they might not have viewers who haven't seen you before.
Yeah, exactly. Or for example, I've got a really lovely friend, Jenny from the Origami Tree.
Okay.
And for example, with her, I often, she's got a YouTube channel, and I have done quite a few now where I put her YouTube video on my website with additional photos and descriptions, but obviously they have to watch her video to understand how to make it.
Yeah.
But I still benefit, and she was saying, oh, you're so nice. I was saying, well, Jenny, actually I'm benefiting too, because my blog's getting traffic thanks to your video. So that's a really good example where...
This is where the partnership, you know, it's a win-win situation.
She gains because if people want to make it, they still have to watch her video, and she still gets her ad revenue.
Yeah.
But I also gain because it gives me really nice content for my blog.
Yes.
That I wouldn't necessarily have otherwise. So you have to just sort of be creative about it. And I do know some people who get to a certain size and suddenly they think everyone else isn't important, and I just think, just don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, don't, you know, there's a saying in business or whatever where they say, you know, do be kind to the people as you go up the ladder.
Yes.
Because you will meet them on the way down.
Oh my God, that is my adage. My grandmother said the same thing to me. Stay humble, because when you fall down the hill, someone is going to grab you. And someone you've been nice to, they will be the one to stop you from falling further.
Exactly. And, and I mean, that's not the only reason to be nice, but obviously that's a helpful reason.
I mean, if you want to succeed in business and life, I guess like you're saying, you know, it's like no man is an island. You cannot survive on your own unless you want to be a hermit and live in, you know, unhappiness for the rest of your life. You need people around you. Surround yourself with good people and happiness and colours and so I really enjoyed listening to Maggy share all her tips. I hope it has been beneficial to you. And if you haven't, remember, check out her channel. If you haven't, make one and then send them to me. I could do with more chickens. And, you know, thank you so much for watching. And go and do a craft with your child this weekend. And then, you know, come back and tell us what you've achieved. We would love to hear from you. Write to Maggy, comment on her channel. And if you want to, you can also comment on mine. Both of ours. So with that, have a great week, and I look forward to the next installment of Goddess Chats. Toodaloo, bye.